6 o'clock, we are following breaking news for you this morning. One person dead and at least one other hurt after a crash in Berlin. This is a live look right now at the scene. This is the intersection of 372 and Berlin Street. FOX 61's Priscilla Meza is there. She's working to gather more information for us. And we're going to check in with her live in just about 2 minutes for a full update. But good morning to you. We're so glad you chose to start your day off with us here at FOX 61 and FOX 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I'm Bridget Burla. We're in store for another really nice stretch of weather, so we're looking forward to that. But there is some haze out there, Rachel. I'm noticing it in my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to have that little milkiness to the sky today. I don't think it's going to be as bright as it has been the last couple of mornings and afternoons. We do have this air quality alert posted for most of the state today too. We have some particulates in the air that will impact that air quality. So you want to limit strenuous activities outside, although we won't have the heat necessarily. Temperatures around 60 degrees in Willimantic out the door, 64 in Meriden, near 59 in Torrington. Taking a look at the humidity, it's elevated in some locations. You see a little bit of a spike this morning and into the afternoon, although with limited heat, it's not going to feel all that bad. So milkiness to the sky today, a little bit more in the way of cloud cover as well. Temperatures will move into the low 80s this afternoon, so slightly below where we should be for this time of year. Around 83 degrees in Milford, 85 in Hamden, as well as in Hartford. Southeastern Connecticut in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. There's also a chance for maybe a shower or two, one or two towns this afternoon and evening. Most do stay dry though. We have limited rain chances across the state this week with nice conditions across the state as well. We'll have more details on that and walk you through where we go from here coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads this morning, we are following that one issue again. That's going to be near Berlin on Route 372. A part of that is closed. We do have a crew on scene. This is Mill Street. It is closed from Berlin Street to Route 9, so you want to give yourself a little extra time. A live look outside over in West Haven this morning on 95, both directions featuring light volume, as well as 91 as you're traveling to the I-95 interchange from New Haven. We'll have another update for you and check in with your drive times coming up in the next 15 minutes. So over to you.
6:02 right now, and we're getting out to that breaking news. One person is dead after a crash on Route 372 in Berlin.
At least one other person is hurt. FOX 61's Priscilla Meza just got to the scene. Priscilla, what can you see out there?
Bridget, Erica, this is the scene behind me. Now, we don't have too much information right now, but what we do know is that one person is confirmed to be dead and another is in the hospital. And that was confirmed by Berlin police. I'm going to step aside so you can take a closer look here. But we don't know if there were any other passengers in either of the vehicles, but the MSARS crash reconstruction team is investigating what led up to this crash. And also take a look at this photo from Berlin Volunteer Fire Department. You can see this is on Mill Street near Middletown Road. So as you know, drivers should be aware as they're heading out the door. This section is going to be closed. Definitely avoid the area for now. As I said, not much any more information, but they are investigating what led up to this crash, as I mentioned before, and definitely we will keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Berlin, Priscilla Meza, FOX 61.
Wow, Priscilla, you can see they were hit by, from the rear, just based on the mangled vehicle there. Such a sad morning. Priscilla, thank you very much for staying out there. And breaking news overnight in Milford, where a home caught fire. Firefighters were called to Alden Place just after 2 this morning. A person and their dog were inside the home and the fire sparked, and you can see the flames shooting to the roof area out of the attic. They were able to get out before crews arrived, so thankfully no one was hurt.
Happening today in Westbrook, divers are expected to resume their search for a 38-year-old man who is feared dead after his overturned canoe was found. Dive teams have been searching Messerschmitt Pond since Friday, after authorities found his car and his personal items on the shore. Now, his family says that they last spoke with him on Tuesday. Drivers say Messerschmitt Pond is only 12 feet deep, but there's no current, so that makes the water especially murky.
You can open and close your eyes and you literally cannot tell the difference. We had one diver thought it was so dark his flashlight looked like it died, and it was that much particulate. So all the decaying matter, it just makes it like you're swimming in a cup of hot chocolate.
Divers, drones, and canines are all out there. That's what's being used. Police have not told us the man's name. In Stonington, we have learned the name of the diver who died over the weekend. 47-year-old Joel Trubasky of Westerly, Rhode Island, was found unresponsive at the town fishing dock. This happened on Saturday morning. Officers performed CPR when he was taken to Westerly Hospital. That's where he was pronounced dead. Stonington Police and DEP are still looking into what led up to that incident.
6:05 now. The man accused of killing a 17-year-old girl was arraigned in court yesterday. 40-year-old Shamar Atwater is charged with the murder of Charisma Fox in Waterbury last month. Police say she was shot and killed during a disturbance on Willow Street on July 11th. Fox's mother says she was trying to stop a fight when she was killed.
She was just trying to break up an argument. She was trying to diffuse the argument. And he took my baby life, like, he shot my baby and, like, killed my baby, like so heartless and weak.
Several people began to argue in the gallery during the court proceedings. One person was even arrested. Tensions erupted as Atwater appeared to turn and smile at Fox's loved ones before he exited the courtroom. He's being held on $3 million bond and is expected back in court on August 13th.
Hartford police have arrested 2 more people who investigators say were involved in a shooting and a stabbing incident that happened outside of a church during a funeral. Now, this all happened back in May. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi has reaction from community leaders.
Yeah, the arrest comes after one person was immediately arrested the day of the shooting when nearly 150 people were in attendance. Now, community leaders tell me a church is not a place for violence. Months after a shooting and stabbing incident that happened outside of a church in Hartford, 2 more people are in police custody. Hartford police arrested Kendra Fawcett and Kearney Hawkins for the incident back in May, while a funeral was happening inside the Gospel Lighthouse Apostolic Church.
We're grateful and thankful to the Hartford Police Department. Anytime that you go against something, doing something evil against God's house, there's consequences.
Co-founder of the Mothers United Against Violence, Reverend Henry Brown, says it's a shame this happened at such a sacred place.
The church is no place for anybody to take a gun. If you know you're going to a funeral and you're taking a gun, that means your intent was to hurt somebody. To me, a church is one of the most sacred places that we have.
Officials say there were 150 people at the church when things escalated between family members. Police say 2 people were injured in the incident. One was believed to have been grazed by a bullet. The other was stabbed. Police say both suffered no life-threatening injuries. The day of the incident, police arrested Joshua Smelly on a number of charges. Co-founder of the Mothers United Against Violence, Henrietta Beckman, says violence is not the answer.
This kind of stuff should have been handled amongst the family. It never should have been brought to the church. This was kind of like the ultimate. So for someone to bring a weapon into the church, it was just unfathomable.
Both Reverend Brown and Beckman say Mothers United Against Violence remains committed to providing programs for all members of the community, especially the youth. We also reached out to the Gospel Lighthouse Apostolic Church for comments, but we have yet to hear back. In Hartford, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
6:08 now. Officers in New Haven arrested a man accused of a violent incident on the road. Police say Jared Burgess and another driver crashed at the intersection of Elm and Sherman Avenue around 7:15 Saturday morning. After the crash happened, police say Burgess jumped out of the car with a handgun and chased the other driver. At one point, a second armed man joined the chase. They caught the unarmed driver beating him and stealing his car keys and cell phone. Officers say both men fired their weapons, but no one was hit. Burgess faces several charges, including unlawful discharge of a weapon and criminal possession of a firearm.
6:09 caught on camera here. Officers in Naugatuck released video of a crash. It happened on Saturday night. Now, just before the crash, police say the driver didn't stop for officers as they tried to pull him over. Police say it happened at the intersection of Rubber and Andrews Avenue. Right after the crash, police say the driver, identified as Tremaine Carter, tried to run away. Now, police went after him. They eventually caught up with him when he was running through backyards on Etna Street. Carter faces several charges, including reckless driving and speeding. Police say the suspect and the driver of the vehicle, they say he smashed into, were both hurt. Both are now out of the hospital.
And happening today, there will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a new mobile health unit. It's happening in the Willimantic area at 10:30 this morning. Senator Richard Blumenthal's office says the Generations Family Health Center will connect hundreds of people with health care access. Around 400,000 families in Connecticut rely on federally qualified health care centers.
6:10 right now. Middletown police are warning drivers about a scam tied to traffic tickets. The department says that people are getting fake texts and emails that claim to be from the DMV, and they're asking for payment on outstanding tickets. Police say this is not real, it's fake, and they're urging people not to click on the links or give out any personal information. They think scammers are trying to take advantage of the newly implemented auto traffic enforcement cameras that have been set up throughout the town to trick people who might not know how the program works. So this is what you need to know. If you get a legitimate infraction, you can only pay that by credit card through the website listed on the mailed notice. They will not text you, and they will not send you an email.